be here.
Good to be here. So, this book is on my bedside table. Wherever I feel something, I'm like, what can I do? How do I handle it? I want to start with this important idea. You say it is our nature to be peaceful and healthy. How is that so? Is it really?
It really is, actually. You know, I was raised, like most people, to believe that our health and our happiness come from outside. You know, and the more you get, the happier you are. And so I thought, you know, if only I had more, you know, more money, more power, more sex, more beauty, more accomplishment, all the usual things, then I'd be happy. Then people would love me. Then I wouldn't feel so lonely and isolated. The problem is when you set up that view of the world, as you know, however it turns out, you feel worse, because until you get it, you feel stressed. The stakes go up. You know, earlier they were talking about the stress comes not just from what you do, but how you react to what you do. But how you react is really a function of how you see the world. And if you think that you have to get these things to be happy and healthy and lovable, then the stakes go way up. So until you get it, you're stressed. If someone else gets it and you don't, then you're really stressed, and it makes you feel like we live in this very hostile, zero-sum game, competitive world. The more you get there is, the less there is for me. If you don't get it, you feel stressed. But even if you get it, it's very seductive in the moment. It's like, I got it, you know. And then it's soon followed by either now what? It's never enough. I mean, one of my patients years later told me, the letdown that comes from, I can't even enjoy the view from the mountain I've climbed, I'm already looking over at the next one. Or it's not now what, it's either so what, big deal, it doesn't really provide that lasting meaning that you were talking about earlier. And so the cycle continues, say, well, I make sure I've got 10 projects going at the same time so I can immediately shift my attention to the opposite. But the ancient swamis and rabbis and priests and monks and nuns didn't discover meditation, mindfulness, and yoga and all those different spiritual practices to simply manage stress or lower your cholesterol or unclog your arteries or perform better in a basketball game or whatever. You can do all those things, as you know. They're really powerful tools for transformation. They quiet down our mind and body so that we can experience a number of things that happen that are really powerful. First, we begin to experience more of an inner sense of peace and joy and well-being.
Yeah, which you all experienced just for that 1 minute of being quiet, did you not?
Yeah.
A little bit? If you did, it's amazing how just 1 minute of being completely still.
That's right.
And watching your mind and recognizing you're not the mind.
That's right.
You're the observer of the mind.
Well, see, that's what happens is first you begin to feel more peaceful, as you know. And then you realize, oh, that peace didn't come because those techniques brought it to me, but rather it was there already.
It's already there.
And that what they do is they help to stop disturbing what's already there, as opposed to bringing you something you don't already have.
It's already there. That's what Glinda the Good Witch said to Dorothy.
Exactly.
You've always had it.
That's
You've
right.
always had it.
It's always there.
That's why that's great.
So that's the first thing the meditation does. The second thing it does is that it helps you to perform better, whatever you're doing. It makes your fuse longer. The stress isn't just out there, it's what you do, it's how you react to what's out there.
That's why young Fiona was saying that when she takes
an
a
exam.
test.
Exactly.
Exam that comes with. So you're saying that there are 4 major components necessary to undo chronic diseases and lead a happier life. Can you really undo, like, heart disease, really undo diabetes?
You can. In fact, before I get into that, let me just say the other thing that happens when you meditate is it gives you that direct experience of interconnectedness. That on one level, we talked about this earlier today, we're separate, you know, you're you and I'm me. But we're spiritual beings having a human experience, as you said. On another level, we're part of something larger that connects us, you know, thou art that, you know, that we are the observer of ourselves. And to me, as we'll talk about later, intimacy is really the root of healing, but when you realize that we're already connected, it's incredibly powerful, incredibly healing. We can talk more about that. But to answer your question, we've been doing studies for over 40 years, and we found that 4 simple techniques, eat well, move more, stress less, and love more, can reverse, not only help prevent, but actually reverse the progression of the most common chronic diseases.
By love more, do you mean have more sex?
Well, that can be one way to do it.
Fiona, we're not talking to you. Yes.
I think we can have more sex, but anything that brings us together is healing. You know, even the word healing comes from the root to make whole. Yoga is from the Sanskrit to yoke, to unite. These are really old ideas that we are bringing together. But I think our unique contribution has been to use these very high-tech, expensive, state-of-the-art scientific measures to prove how powerful these very simple and low-tech and low-cost interventions can be. And the more diseases we study and the more mechanisms we look at, the more reasons we have to explain why these simple changes are so powerful and how quickly they can work.
One of the things that struck me in that book is